know if you're anything like me, but this last year has felt like I have been in the middle of a storm. The rain is coming, the wind is blowing, and I just feel like I can't get my breath.
This is the Unleash Your Purpose podcast.
Several years ago, I learned about the animal of a buffalo and compare it to a buffalo and a cow. And which one are you? Are you a buffalo or are you a cow? In most animals in the animal kingdom, when a storm starts to come, when the weather changes, what starts to happen is they see the weather changing, and what they do, they get scared, they get anxious, they don't want to get caught up in the storm. So what do they start to do? They start to run away from the storm. And what happens over time is that storm catches up to those cows and those animals, and they just get drenched on, and they keep running away, and they keep getting poured on over and over again, and they're stuck in this storm for longer than they ever had to. But on the contrary, there's one animal, the buffalo, that does the exact opposite. When a storm comes and they notice the rain starting to come, they know that the fastest way through that hard time is to run directly into the storm, is to punch that storm in the face and start charging towards that storm. So when the storm is coming, they race through it because they know when they hit it, they get through that adversity faster, quicker, and the pain doesn't last as long. And I think about for my own life that when I'm facing a storm, so often I may want to feel like a cow and just run from it. When there's a hard conversation that I have to have, it's more comfortable just to avoid it. But what I have learned is that I have to run into the storm. This last year, I've decided to finally take my health seriously. I'm a diabetic, and I've always been into fitness, but over time, my dad bod has become more and more of a dad bod, and it's I'm not at the health that I want to be, mostly because of my eating. And I finally had to get to a place that says enough is enough, and I just have to suck it up and run into the storm. And I started this intermittent fasting and watching what I eat and really be dialed in to be able to get it under control. It wasn't easy. The fasting, 24-hour fast once a week has been really hard. But what I've found is that I've gotten the most momentum, and I have learned that I'm a lot stronger than I give myself credit for. Just last week, I had to have a hard conversation with a team member and say, hey, you're not at the place I need you to be. 5 years ago, when I was a newer leader, I would have took me weeks to have that conversation. But I know that being direct and clear with that team member right away is so much more productive. And that team member ended up thanking me for that direct conversation, for being honest and open. So what is your storm? Is it something in business or in the job that you need to have that uncomfortable conversation? Your default is to run, but you need to actually run into the storm. Is it getting your health aligned? Is it that unhealthy relationship where you need to deal with it? Is it that addiction that you want to hold on to and just keep hidden for so long? Like, how long are you going to do that and just hold on to that and keep running away? What I have realized is I got one life to live. I got one life, and I am not going to get the end of my life and have a million regrets. Those who are fearful tend to worry about death over and over again, but those who are courageous only die once. And for me, I just want to have that courage to keep running forward and pressing forward to impact and make good for these future generations. So friends, maybe charge into the storm, fight the day, and be that buffalo that we know we can be.
Thanks for joining us for the Unleash Your Purpose podcast. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review. We'll see you next week.